Hello, before we start, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload new videos. Watch the video until the end to see the interior shots, exterior shots, and the full review. Buyers can choose whether they want the extra performance in the boxy e-tron or sleeker e-tron Sportback. The Audi e-tron S and coupe-inspired e-tron S Sportback arrived to give the brand's electric crossovers a boost in performance. These performance-focused models offer 496 horsepower and 717.6 pound-feet for 8 seconds in boost mode, rather than the existing model's 402 horsepower and 490 pound-feet during boost mode. During normal driving, the S has 405 horsepower and 596 pound-feet, versus 355 horsepower and 414 pound-feet for the regular versions. The e-tron S variant's extra power comes from adding an electric motor to the rear axle, bringing the total for the vehicle to 3. The pair at the rear also allows for torque vectoring. During normal motoring, the two motors at the back exclusively drive the crossover. The one at the front only runs when the driver requests the extra power or if the rear wheels lose traction. In the S gear with all the motors spinning, the e-tron S models can hit 62 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds. They can hit an electronically limited top speed of 131 miles per hour. Audi doesn't specify the range for the new S models. They have the same battery capacity as the standard model with a total of 95 kWh and a net of 86.5 kWh. For driving comfort, the models come standard with an adaptive air suspension. Depending on the drive mode, the system can alter the ride height by as much as 3 inches. The 4 rings doesn't do much to differentiate the S models from the existing versions. There is a new front bumper with a fascia that has larger inlets, and there's a more prominent diffuser at the back. The fenders are 0.9 inches wider. Audi fits 20-inch wheels as standard, but buyers can select up to 22-inch pieces. Inside, there's also not much difference over the existing e-tron models. Electrically adjustable sports seats are standard, and S badges adorn the cabin. As options, buyers can select chairs with thicker bolsters or air-conditioned seats with perforated leather. Audi doesn't offer any pricing or delivery info for the e-tron S models yet. Judging by the rest of the brand's lineup, it's safe to expect them to carry a cost premium over the existing versions. In terms of handling, the electric S models cannot fail to impress with their outstanding agility and traction. They can accelerate from a curve as dynamically as a sports car. Their drive character is much more focused on the rear wheels and much sportier in nature. If the ESC stabilization control is set to Sport and the Audi Drive Select dynamic handling system is set to maximum performance with dynamic mode, the drive layout facilitates a high level of transverse dynamics and, on request, controlled drifts as well. The driving behavior is predictable at all times, and is characterized by an ultra-high level of safety and reliability. The new Audi e-tron S models are the first electric cars worldwide with 3 motors to be mass-produced. Their drive layout is based on the concept with 2 different asynchronous motors. The e-tron product line was designed in modular form in line with this from the start. The larger electric motor, which powers the rear axle in the 55 models, has now been installed on the front axle in an adapted design, and configured for 124 kilowatts of power, or 150 kilowatts in the boost. The smaller electric motor now works in a modified form in the rear, together with a counterpart that is identical in design. Together, both offer 196 kilowatts of power, or 264 kilowatts in the boost. Every electric motor is supplied with 3-phase current by its own power electronics. Planetary gear transmission with a fixed ratio transmit the forces onto the wheels. The front electric motor is installed parallel to the axles for packaging reasons. The 2 electric motors on the rear axle are installed coaxially, back to back. Force transmission onto the wheels is performed without a mechanical differential and thus makes electric torque vectoring possible. The rotor plate packages have been cast with light aluminum. Coolant flows through the rotor shafts. This coolant comes from a common coolant circuit that both motors share. With the optional virtual exterior mirrors, cameras that send the pictures to high-contrast displays in the interior, the Audi e-tron S models achieve very good drag coefficients. Flow-optimized wheel arch extensions make a considerable contribution to resolving the conflict of interest between outstanding aerodynamics and a sporty look in the fully electric S models. Audi is incorporating this innovative solution into mass automobile production for the first time. This allows the Audi e-tron Sportback to achieve a drag coefficient of only 0.26, despite the widening of its wheel arches by 23 mm. When the driver is on the road, the electric S models can be charged with up to 150 kilowatts of direct current power (HPC), e.g. in the European Ionity network. This means that charging from 5 to 80% only takes around half an hour. An important factor for this is the elaborate thermal management system with a standard heat pump, which cools and heats the battery, the interior and the electric motors with 4 circuits. Naturally, the Audi models can also charge with alternating current (AC) up to 11 kilowatts as standard. The Audi e-tron charging service guarantees convenient access to more than 140,000 public charging points in 24 European countries on request, with nothing more than a charging card. In the first year, Audi covers the basic fee for the transit rate, which also offers access to high-power charging columns. Both S models are available, on request, with the digital matrix LED headlights, a global innovation in mass production. Their light is dispersed into small pixels and can be controlled with high precision, and this facilitates many new functions such as lane and orientation light. In narrow areas, for example, it shows the car's position in the lane and thus helps the driver to remain in the center. Even at low speeds, the electric S models offer an impressive driving experience, an impression of peace that is home to power. The body has been carefully dampened to prevent the transmission of structure-borne noise. When the vehicle is driving slowly, a loudspeaker in front of the right front wheel emits a synthetic driving sound in order to warn other road users. The wind noise level remains very low, even at high speed, as is typical of Audi.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Subscribe to Auto TV.